Hello, it's Jennifer. Today is Sunday, April 29th. I had intended to plant corn today, but I'm having technical difficulties. Number one, the soil that the corn was supposed to go in started composting, and it is currently at 104 degrees, which is too high to plant anything in. So I'll have to wait for that reaction to finish before I can plant the corn. So instead, I'm moving on to planting these soybeans. And the first round of soybeans I didn't have any luck with. It looks like they just rotted in the soil. So for my second attempt, I went ahead and germinated them first in a napkin, and then I'll go ahead and plant these germinated beans and see how they do. So here's how they look. Some of them can't be planted, like this one. It's like kind of rotted. And there's another bad one in here that I came across earlier. This one. But the other beans look just fine, so I'll go ahead and plant these today. These soybeans are Midori Giant, and they were put into the bag with the moist paper towel on the 24th. So about 5 days ago. They actually started breaking through on the third day. This germinating in a wet towel method is pretty simple. You just get a couple sheets of paper towel, you wet them, but not too wet, but moist enough to go ahead and give the seeds enough water to swell up and germinate. And you put the stem and the seeds, spread the seeds out on the paper towel, cover the seeds on both sides of the paper towel and put it in a plastic bag, and preferably a Ziploc bag, and then close the bag. And then put the bag in a warm place outside of sunlight. And in a few days they should start to germinate. I usually just wait until the little root pops out and then go ahead and plant them. So I had a dozen seeds. It looks like 10 of them successfully germinated, and then we'll see how many of those germinated seeds survive to actually plant. So these Midori Giant, I'm going to plant about 5-6 inches apart. So, and approximately an inch deep hole. I don't think it really matters what orientation you put the seed in, but I'm going to try to put them in root side down. So, like so, this is the root. You put it in down. Be careful not to snap the root off as you handle them, because that would be sad. And just put them in the ground like so. And cover them up. The Midori Giant get about 2.5 to 3 feet tall. They produce a lot of soybeans, so and they kind of grow in these clusters that go up the plant. So you'll get multiple crops of soybeans from one plant. It takes them probably, I don't know, like a couple months to get to maturity, about 60 days. And the soybeans are really good. They're nice big plump. Great for just steaming and putting in stir fry. I shouldn't pick you up that way, but let me try that again. And from my experience, at least for where I live, it's best to put them under some shade. When I grew these before and I didn't put them under shade, they came up stunted and didn't produce as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in this bed because I don't have a shade tent over it most of the time. So there's that, and now let me go and water the area again. If you're wondering what other plants are in here, this is some kind of pepper, probably an unknown one. These here are red robin tomatoes. So they're dwarf cherry tomato plants. And then these little guys here are unknown volunteer peppers. So when I was prepping this bed over winter and early spring, I was just throwing stuff from our vegetable bin into this and letting it decay. As you can see, there's some banana peels in here, and so some of the seeds were still viable, and so I've been going through the process as the soil warms up of plucking out some of these seedlings and leaving other ones that look kind of healthy, see what comes up. This bed also used to be where I planted my mint, and before, when I had the mint in it and the other spices, this bed had a bottom to it. I took the bottom out this time and the mint escaped, so the mint's all over the yard now. And I spend a lot of time now trying to remove the mint from the yard. And so every once in a while some mint will pop up in this bed that I have to remove. So in case you have never heard it, don't plant mint in your garden in the ground. It will just take over. It's everywhere now, and it pops up in the weirdest places, and I just pull it up and try to pull up as much roots as possible. So that's that. I'll go ahead, water this, and then hopefully next week there should be some little leaves or something popping up. And there you go. It's all planted, watered, and covered again. So I did this for two other kinds of beans I'm trying to grow. The Fortex beans, which I've had trouble in the past, even sprouting them, but I'll give it a try again this year. And the Landreth Stringless beans, which was the first time trying these beans. And here are the Landreth beans. So they've got a lot of root coming out of them. And I need to get them in the ground because it looks like they're being exposed to sunlight, which is turning the root here green, which is not what I want. And here are the Fortex beans. And looks like, they all germinated, but they're not as far along as the Landreth beans, and so I'll go ahead and plant these as well.